You're listening to Built for Nature, an exploration of how humans are designed to live through first principles, light, water, magnetism, and the deeper forces that shape human biology. In my last episode, we went deep inside the body. We learned that you are not just a bag of chemicals, you are a bioelectric semiconductor. We saw how our own internal currents guide healing, how collagen conducts signals, and how our body maintains order through subtle electrical gradients. But here's the critical question that Dr. Robert O. Becker asked next. If the body is a delicate, finely tuned electrical instrument, what happens when you place this instrument inside an increasingly artificial electromagnetic environment? Last time we looked at the internal circuitry. Today we look at the external storm by diving deeper into Becker's work and pulling key insights from his book, Cross Currents. Cross Currents is Becker's follow-up book after The Body Electric. In this book, he zooms out further and doesn't just stop at the body. Becker notes that for millions of years, the electromagnetic environment on Earth was relatively stable. Natural sources like sunlight, the Earth's magnetic field, and atmospheric electricity led to a quiet, rhythmic, and predictable electromagnetic environment. But over the last century, we didn't just change our diet or our movement. We fundamentally altered the invisible ocean we swim in. Power lines humming at 60 hertz, household wiring running through every wall, wireless signals bouncing off every surface. We've created a world saturated with artificial electromagnetic signals. And Becker's concern was pretty simple. We introduced this chaotic environment before fully understanding how it interacts with our biology. And since humans are bioelectric organisms, this concern was valid. We needed to learn more. One of Becker's key arguments is that the biological systems are incredibly sensitive. They don't need high voltage to be affected. They rely on micro voltages. Cells communicate via tiny voltage gradients. Tissues maintain electrical potentials. Healing involves minute electrical currents. These are not heavy-duty systems. They are whisper quiet, which raises a terrifying possibility. If you introduce persistent, noisy, external signals into that environment, could they drown out the body's own whispers and interfere with biological regulation? Becker wasn't worried about getting zapped. He wasn't talking about immediate burns or shocks. His concern was the chronic low-level hum, the background radiation of modern life. Something you don't feel, something you don't notice, but something that is interfering with your biology over years and decades. Think of it like trying to hear a friend speak in a quiet library versus trying to hear them speak while standing next to a jet engine. Your body is the friend, the library is the natural world, the jet engine is our modern electromagnetic environment. Our bodies will try to adapt, but the adaptation has a cost. Chronic interference creates biological noise. It blurs the signal. It makes regulation harder, and it forces the system to work harder just to maintain baseline order. When you layer this onto the rest of our framework, the picture gets clearer. From the fourth phase of water, water stores and organizes energy. From light and shaping life, light carries and communicates energy information. From power, sex, suicide, mitochondria regulate and process that energy. And now from Becker, electricity organizes the whole system. If our environment is noisy, the signal is being jammed, then every layer of that system is compromised. It's not just about one thing failing, it's about the coherence of the entire network. And I'm probably sounding like a broken record at this point, but the point is worth hammering home over and over again. Disordered biological environments breed disease. Health looks like order. Disease looks like disorder. Now let me pause for a second here. I'm not saying we all need to go live in a cave. And Becker isn't saying that either. Modern technology has saved lives, helped connect us, and provided many instances of increased quality of life. Becker's work isn't about rejecting technology. It's about understanding the trade-offs. Think of it like informed consent. We need to ask the question, how do we use these tools without letting them hijack our biology? So how do we navigate this? Unlike the last episode, which was about building internal strength, this is about managing external exposure. So first, create quiet zones. Your bedroom is the most important one. This is where your body does its deepest repair work, and it needs silence. Not just sound silence, electrical silence. Move your phone out of the room. Unplug your Wi-Fi router at night. Unplug devices that aren't being used. Ideally, don't have anything plugged into the wall in your bedroom at all. Distance is your best friend. Even a few feet can significantly drop the intensity of the field. Make your bedroom a sanctuary of low stimulation. Second, favor wired over wireless. Look, I get it. We love the convenience of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but if you're sitting at a desk for hours, do you really need the signal blasting through the air? Can you use Ethernet cables for your computer? Use wired headphones instead of Bluetooth earbuds. Keep your phone on the table, not in your pocket. Every time you switch from wireless to wired, you remove a source of constant radiation from your immediate field. This is a small convenience trade-off for a massive reduction in noise. Next, grounding and natural reset. So we touched on this before, but in the context of EMF, it takes on a new meaning. The Earth has a negative electrical charge. Our bodies evolved to be connected to it. Modern life insulates us. Shoes with rubber soles, plastic floors, concrete buildings. We are floating in a sea of artificial charge, disconnected from the ground. Walking barefoot on grass, sand, soil, and even unsealed concrete allows the Earth's electrons to flow into your body. It helps neutralize the positive charge buildup from artificial fields. It's a reset button for your bioelectric system. So go outside, touch the ground. Let the natural environment wash over you. I'm excited to go even further into the science behind grounding in a future episode. And last, test your environment. Knowledge is power. You can't fix what you can't measure. Consider getting a simple EMF meter. Walk through your home. Check the walls near your bed. Check the area where you sit to work. You might be surprised by where the hotspots are. Maybe it's the neighbor's Wi-Fi. Maybe it's the wiring in your wall. Once you see it, you can manage it. Move the bed, shield the outlet, reroute the cable. Awareness turns anxiety into action. Both cross currents and the body electric should be required reading for everyone. Becker's work expands the definition of health and opens our eyes to our bioelectric systems. It's not just what you eat. It's not just how you move. It's the electromagnetic landscape you inhabit. We are bioelectric beings living in a bioelectric world, and the world has changed drastically. We are still trying to catch up and navigate through it all. So the biggest takeaway from cross currents is that your biology is not a closed loop. It doesn't exist in isolation. It's an open system, constantly exchanging energy and information with its surrounding environment. When the surroundings are chaotic, the system struggles to find order. When the surroundings are natural, the system thrives. We've looked at the internal circuitry. We've looked at the external noise. Now the path forward is clear. Build the internal strength and protect the external environment. This isn't about going back to the Stone Age. It's about bringing the wisdom of the past into the future. It's about designing a life where technology serves us rather than serving as a constant distraction to our biology. Silence the noise, listen to the signal, and let your body heal. Thanks for listening.